Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $2.98. We are literally 2 cents below $3, and there's people saying $3 is gone forever for XRP. People calling for sub $2.50 on this cryptocurrency. We are going to witness an epic run for XRP once it begins. And if you look at the 1 month chart, you could see how we're going sideways in between $2.94 and $3.20. That's all that's happening right now. We've seen this in the past with XRP. It goes sideways for a period of time, and then all of a sudden, the next leg up begins. We're going to see it happen again. And look at Bitcoin back under 116K. And you could really see it on the Bitcoin chart. Look at that sideways movement right here. And we are still following Bitcoin for the most part right now. We haven't decoupled from Bitcoin yet. But alt season is absolutely coming. This is CoinMarketCap altcoin season chart. We're at 74. At 75, it is alt season. This can begin at any moment. People don't realize that. They start to get complacent. They start to feel negative. And they're like, oh, I'm so frustrated with this sideways action. And then all of a sudden, what happens next? A massive breakout begins. And that could begin at any moment. The fall of Bitcoin dominance and the transition to high-quality alt season just happens to coincide with the rise of alt ETFs. Take a listen to this.
Trend exhaustion signals in the Bitcoin chart and fundamental deterioration as well. But I think that's a function more of the transition into higher beta crypto through ETH primarily.
The falling of Bitcoin dominance, which is typical of this point in the cycle anyway, right?
Yes, yeah. And that transition really started, second quarter, but it was very clear by sort of July when I was on paternity leave that transition had occurred because I looked at the on-chain data on Bitcoin, the ETF flows between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and obviously the price action. And it very much lines up with, that transition period in the crypto market from Bitcoin dominance to high quality alts, not a dash for trash sort of market that we saw in 2021 when people were getting stimulus checks, but a high quality alt season run at the moment. So that's kind of where I'm at.
So he's thinking people are less likely to gamble this time around, like they did back in the 2021 run. He's thinking the money's going to flow into Ethereum, and that is a given. We all know that's going to happen. It's already been happening so far. But beyond that, I think the money is going to go into something that solves a real world problem. Most people in crypto now are starting to realize that the non-gambling part of crypto is based around real world use case and utility. I'm expecting HBAR, XLM, XDC, and so on to capture some of this money as well, not just XRP. But people are going to act better with their money during this alt season, and it's absolutely coming. The falling of the Bitcoin dominance has already began, and it's going to continue to happen. We're going to see it fall even more. Then all of a sudden, it's going to look like it's falling off of a cliff. Do you understand what you're looking at? This comes from Black Swan Capitalist. Now, this is the total market cap chart. And you could see what's loading right now. And I think this is going to be bigger than people think. A lot of people are expecting $10 trillion plus to flow into the crypto market this time around. And that's why they're always saying, well, if Bitcoin goes to 150K plus, XRP will get to this price point. But the one thing they don't realize is market cap doesn't matter when your cryptocurrency that you're holding has actual utility. XRP burn rate was almost never relevant and is yet to see a proper recovery. XRP burns going to zero. So You Today writes this article, and it's all about throwing shade on XRP. They're talking about how much XRP is burned due to transactions. That never really factored in to begin with, but it's a great way to push that negativity towards XRP. Why? Because the market right now is going sideways. They know people are frustrated. So they put these articles out to get people to sell their crypto, sell their XRP. 8 AI models agree Bitcoin, Solana, Link, ETH, and XRP are set to shine in Q4. So it looks like 8 AI bots huddled around a crystal ball to say this. You know, the AI, they know that alt season is coming. But what AI actually runs on is all the posts that people make. They go and they gather all these posts, and then they come up with some sort of answer. So look at the predictions they're coming out with. So Bitcoin's going between 180K and $200,000 with ETF momentum. Ethereum surpassing $6,000. Solana exceeding $500. Spot ETF approvals for Solana and XRP drive institutional adoption, while XRP eyes a $5 breakthrough. Once we break through $5 on XRP, there's nothing holding XRP back anymore. I think once it breaks $5, it's going to $10 plus so quick. People that are sitting on the sidelines, they're going to be paying $10 plus per XRP, and it's going to happen in a very short time frame. There's no resistance above $5. It's like nothing but open air for XRP. We're looking at an altcoin season that's starting now. Take a listen. They're saying this everywhere.
Okay, so what does this mean for the cryptocurrency market? How does that factor in?
Cryptocurrencies are doing really well right now. You know, Bitcoin's gone on a real run. We're looking at an altcoin season that's starting out. More think function of how things are meeting the real world. What we're looking for are real ideas, real companies, real ways of making things more efficient, lower cost, and ultimately, you know, coins like Ethereum, XRP, Ripple are going to do very well.
All right, David Strzeski, CEO of...
He cannot stop talking about XRP, but he's 100% right. We are now about to witness the beginning of alt season, and once it starts, that's it. You know, this is the accumulation phase right now. While XRP is still going sideways, that's your time to accumulate, so you have no regrets once the epic run starts. And that's what I tell every single XRP investor. I'm like, buy as much as you could now so you're not trying to FOMO in later at higher prices. Buckle up, XRP holders. October is shaping up to be a game changer. And they're talking about the ETFs going live on these specific dates right here. So you see Grayscale and 21 shares, Bitwise, Canary Capital, Wisdom Tree, Franklin Templeton, and CoinShares, all between October 18th and October 25th. But what if it happens sooner? Remember, the SEC, they changed the rules now so ETFs could go live a lot quicker. So maybe this happens before the end of October, and that would take most people by surprise. What's everybody predicting right now? They're predicting everybody to get positioned ahead of this week in the middle of October, towards the end of October. So it would make sense if they went live sooner, or maybe they get delayed again to go coincide better with ISO going live. I don't think they're going to get delayed any longer. I think this SEC wants this to happen as soon as possible. Leveraged XRP ETF products launch post Solana are seeing strong demand. XRP ETF even outperforms Solana ETF. But take a listen to this, and I'll give you my thoughts.
Pretty good, actually. But ironically enough, there's also leverage futures XRP and XRP products. They actually launched after the Solana products and had even more interest. So there's a lot of interest there. Is it going to be the level of interest that the Bitcoin ETF launch had? Absolutely not. Like anyone who thinks like, oh, Bitcoin ETFs took in 40 billion, my XRP ETF is going to take in the same amount or whatever. That's just not how this is going to work. These are longer tail assets. I think.
You know what I think is great about this? Every time they say something like this, like the XRP ETFs are not going to outperform the Bitcoin ETFs in any way, XRP always seems to prove them wrong. It's been happening over the years. They always said XRP's never going back above $1. Here we are at $3. They always said, well, XRP is never going to be used by the banks, yet we already see it integrated into the banking system. Plus, we now have confirmation that Bank of America has been using XRP internally for years. So everything they've ever said about XRP, it's always proven wrong. And I think that's going to be proven wrong as well, because you could already see the demand for an XRP ETF. The institutions are looking beyond Bitcoin already. They want something that they could actually utilize for their own use as well. Top research firm Sistine Research predicts XRP run to $50. The reason I wanted to mention this article is they're not citing ETFs. They're not citing anything. They're just saying, listen, it looks like XRP is following the 2017-2018 run, and that would put XRP at $50. So that's with nothing else. So then you would pile on the ETF inflows, and you would pile on the market cap multiplier, and so on. But I also like the fact that they think we are here instead of here. A lot of people, a lot of chart guys think this is where we are. I would even argue that we're down here still. I think we just saw a correction for XRP once we got a pro-crypto administration. I don't even think we're this far up according to 2017. But if you look at that and you look at the range here and here, it's going to put us a lot higher, most likely well above $50. 10 days left until we enter October. Actually, it's only 8 days after today. So everybody's already looking out at October. But what's going to happen by the end of September? A lot of predictions still $5 plus for XRP. Even the most conservative people think we're going to hit top above $4 by the end of this month. Let's see what happens. XRP needs to defend $2.98 support to avoid deeper correction. Like I've been saying, they want you to believe that XRP is going all the way back down below $2.50. I'm just not seeing that happen. And it's like they always put these articles out to make people doubt their investment. I'm telling you, it is a coordination to get you to sell your XRP too soon. You gotta avoid these articles, because once the market turns green, all of a sudden these articles, these same people that are putting out these articles are going to be writing the articles. Here we go. It's time to get bullish on this cryptocurrency and that cryptocurrency. But they always love to cast shade on XRP. I don't get it. But like I said at the beginning of this video, we're still going sideways for the most part. Nothing changed for XRP at all. All we're waiting on is that breakout to begin. It's like the calm before the storm. You know the storm's coming. The clouds are already here. We're just waiting for it to happen. And as it begins, I'm telling you, it is going to get very crazy very quick. Once XRP breaks above $4, all of a sudden you're going to see FOMO. You're going to see more FOMO once it breaks above $5. And you're going to even see FOMO at $10 plus during this run. Because this run is so much different than all the previous runs we have seen so far. So much is lined up for this cryptocurrency, and it all centers to go live or happen during alt season. That's what's really crazy about all of this. That's why I still think XRP will become the #1 cryptocurrency during this cycle. Let's see how it all plays out. And until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.